It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to be talking about the Soda Islands and the battle guide that you can use to help get through quite a lot of the islands. Now, some of these early islands, if you're just starting out, if you're a beginner, they're going to be relatively easy. As long as you've unlocked a decent amount of cookies and a decent amount of treasure levels, you shouldn't have too much struggle with them. When it does start to become a problem is when you get up into these higher islands, when you've unlocked a good amount of them, then the battles start to get a bit tougher. Now, there are a couple teams that I've seen recommended for these. You can do it whatever feels best for you. The safe team that I like to use is this one here. Pure vanilla, parfait cookie, cotton cookie, eclair cookie, and pumpkin pie. Now, the reason this one works is because pumpkin pie has that quick cooldown, so that the extra body tank kind of cookie hits the front field. It lowers any healing from the enemies, it does great damage, and it provides time and assistance for all the healing from your 3 supports and the shields from Eclair when you take down enemies. Because, let's face it, you're going to be fighting waves of enemies, and since Eclair puts a debuff on all of them, and anytime you kill any of them, you get the shield, it's going to be in such big benefit to you. Now, with the release of Cherry Blossom Cookie, she could stand place here in for probably Parfait. I would say would probably be the best swap here, and that is because the attack bonus is going to make your healer stronger, and of course your attacker stronger, and she can hit every single enemy within the wave, and so therefore you're going to get a lot of stacks of bonuses really quick if you want to use Cherry Blossom for that. So that is one thing you can do with Cherry Blossom as well. But this is still my current favorite team. As you can see, 720,000 power. That's due to my lab upgrades, my toppings, and my bonds, so that will make a difference. I would say when it comes to these islands, if you are within about 100,000 power and have the correct team setup and the correct toppings, then you should be able to beat the stage. If you are lower than 100k power, or you don't have the right toppings, or you're not using one of the recommended teams, you're probably going to struggle quite a lot. And I don't mean that in a mean way, I just want to prepare you honestly so that you're not running in frustrated. Now, the way I have it set up is I have cooldown on Eclair, I use almond on pumpkin. I hadn't changed that. I have cooldown on cotton, cooldown on pure vanilla, and cooldown on parfait. I just want all of their skills doing all the hard legwork in these battles. And so I'm going to show you that now. I could auto skip because I've beaten it before, but I'm just going to go ahead and run the battle all the way through. So as you can see, instant shields here because of all the damage coming from cotton, pumpkin, and Eclair. All that great damage here. Pumpkin comes out, stuns them a little bit, pulls their healing down. Eclair hits with the big hits for the waves, and our health bar isn't even dropping. It's not even remotely dropping. And that isn't to say that these creatures are weak, because they are definitely strong. In earlier parts, when my treasures weren't leveled up, I did have struggles with these islands. And so that will be a big factor too. If you don't have treasures leveled up, you're going to also struggle. As you can see here, I'm using the watch and the horn and the scroll. Now, let's say you don't have a level 12 scroll. Maybe you have a good level 8 remedy. You could use that. You could use the feather. You could use insignia. All things to help give you extra survivability in these matchups. Because you don't need to 3-star them. You just need to beat it. That's all you need. Just to beat it once, and then you're good. Then you can auto jump through it every single time from there on out. That's all you need to do. So if you want to do that, you just need to find a way to beat the stage. Now the horn, I use the horn because extra defensive powers, and Parfait increases your defenses even further. So what that does is it takes all of these little enemies and makes their attacks very tiny in comparison to traditional attacks. It is not the same as when you're in PvP arenas, because the attacks are much bigger. The defenses can't hold as strong, and that's why you need more damage resistance. Now, of course, you still want damage resistance in these rounds. You can't go in blindly, just hoping that defense will carry you the whole way, because it won't. You need damage resistance too, as a substat or a major focus if you run almonds instead of cooldowns. But as you can see a little bit just before there, those red enemies, or the red outlined enemies, they are more powerful. They're like a dark mode version of the enemies within the same stage, and they dealt enough damage to bring our health bar down. But we still out-healed all of the damage, so therefore it wasn't even a problem at all. So this is one of the furthest stages that I've unlocked currently, and I've only got about maybe 15, 20 islands to go until I've got all the islands cleared. But there's not too many more battles left that are presenting challenges because of the team that I'm running here. As you can see, it's got so much shield potential, it's got so much healing potential, it's got bodies between cotton sheep and pumpkin pie. Our health bar goes down and then it goes immediately back up. So it's a well synergized team when it comes to taking out the stage. And yeah, it takes time because the sea islands always take time in battle, but perfectly run without any issues. And here you go, 5 million damage from Eclair, 8 million from both pumpkin pie and cotton. I could actually even run the pin cushion instead of scroll if I wanted, because I'm technically using 2 summoners. That could work as well. And then the healing, almost 9 million from all 3 of them. So you can see they've done a lot of damage. The creatures did a substantial amount of damage to our cookies. But we healed so fast and so much that it looked like we never took any damage. And so that's why I love this team. I think it works really good for that reason. So this is my team recommendation if you want to get through the Sea Islands without too much issues, if you can build these cookies, and if you can get the toppings that I showed you in the beginning. Either way, I'd love to hear your feedback. Maybe you have a specific team that works better. Maybe it works faster. Maybe you are able to clear waves that I haven't even seen yet. I would love to hear about it. Please let me know in the comments. Other than that, thank you so much for stopping by and have a great day.